This is my 2021 Triumph Straight Twin 900, and as you can see, it's not in the best condition, but we're gonna fix that. So now guys, we're gonna start talking about all the damage that's on this bike. Starting from the front end, as you can see, both of these forks are badly tweaked. The front tie is actually touching the front radiator over there, not good. We do have some scuff over here on the headers. I'm not terribly concerned about that just yet. Up front over here, left turn signal is obviously ripped off, as you can see. We start going to the top of the handlebar. This is badly tweaked. If I go up top over here, you can see how much that one is sticking in. So we're gonna need a new handlebar for sure. The clutch cable, there's something wrong with that because when I pull it in, it stays there. And over on the right side, as you can see, the brake lever is actually broken off. On the right side of the motorcycle, like I already mentioned, the forks are really bad and you can see how close it is over there. But if we go back out, we have some scratch to one of the engine covers over here. I believe I can clean this up real easy. So we're gonna take care of that too. Now I'm moving to the side of the motorcycle. You can see the footrest over there is broken off. The cover on this side all looks okay, and that looks to be the extent of the damage. We also have some scuff with the muffler over here. Not too concerned about that. Moving up top, ignore the numbers. This is just from the auction, but you can see we have some scratches to the gas tank. I'm guessing it's from this mirror because that has definitely seen better days. Now over in the tail section of the motorcycle, everything looks okay for the most part. There's no damage over here, so that's really good. And if we move over to the left side of the motorcycle, the case cover over here is missing. You can see it was clearly ripped out. I'm not sure how because it appears most of the damage is on the right side, but we still have some damage on the left side. We have this cover missing and we have that damage to the header pipe over there. But that seems to be the extent of the damage, so not terribly bad. But as we know on this channel, there's always hidden surprises waiting for us when we open stuff up. I'm hoping that's not the case on this bike, but I will not know until I dive into this repair. Alright, some of you guys know I like to start my builds by giving the bike a proper wash, but as this bike currently sits, it's very difficult to move it around. So I'm going to dive right into repairs of this bike, and then at some point in the build, it's going to get a wash. The first thing I'm going to focus on is up front over here. I need to get this wheel off, get these forks out, and see what I have to work with up here. If you wonder where the third bolt is, sheared clean off. It's still in the fork stem. Oh, we can't get that out. That bolt is completely destroyed. So we're gonna need to figure something out for this side. Okay, that took a lot longer than you guys realized, but finally got it out. You can see how bent it is. And mirror is out. Ideally, this tube should just slide out now, but as you can see, it's bent really bad over here. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut this off so I can get this tube off. Have it out. Oh, we got one out. That was a mission. I think it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be the same deal as the other side. Completely seized in place. Let's get to work getting this one out. And there we go, second one is out. And there we have it, guys. Both forks are now off the motorcycle. I have changed a lot of forks in my time, but that's by far the hardest one that I've had to get out of a motorcycle. It just did not want to come out, but I was able to get it out, as you guys obviously seen. Now I'm gonna go ahead and break this nut loose. It's a massive 38. It's the first time I'm using the socket, so it's a good thing I have it. That came off awfully easy. Way too easy. Headlight is out. And there we have it, guys, all our damaged parts. We have both forks and the lower tree. When I'm working with bikes with some kind of fork damage up front, I like to throw on a new or replacement lower triple tree. That way I know for sure everything is good up front. Now over here we have all our damaged parts, the handlebar, both forks, the front fender, mirrors, and the lower triple tree. And in these boxes over here are all our replacement parts. I have a brand new handlebar, I have a used replacement set of forks and lower triple tree. So you know what time it is. Let's start throwing some new parts on the Triumph. And there we have all our replacement parts. Let's start throwing this on the motorcycle. So first I'm gonna install the new triple tree. That's good. It moves a lot smoother than the previous ones. I'm super happy about that. And now the locking ring and the top nut. Okay, now that's not going anywhere. So now with the triple tree fully installed, it looks really good. I believe I pointed this out in one of my previous videos, but the best way to know if a bike's been wrecked before or dumped is by looking at the stoppers over here. If it's been slightly dented, pushed in, any kind of serious damage, you know for sure it's been down. But as you can see, the replacement one is really good. So now let's go ahead and start installing the top triple tree. Start putting the forks back on, axle, wheel, and the new handlebar. So we're gonna need to assemble all of this stuff. The gauge cluster, the top tree. It's a bit of a mess right now. The headlamp bracket has 2 bolts that secures it underneath. So we're gonna get those bolts loosely fitted. We have one. up front, we're gonna need to start lining stuff up here and get ready to install the top 333. Now, with the lower tree fully secured, top tree loosely fitted, I'm gonna go ahead and insert the forks and start securing everything. Now I have the forks fitted and I have lined it up as good as possible, and if I go right to the bottom with a measure, you can see it's right centered where it needs to be. So now that I'm sure everything is level, I'm gonna go ahead and torque all the hardware down to specification. Now that I've taken care of business down below, it's time to move up top and install our brand new handlebars. So first I'm going to work on the clutch side. So quick update, as you can see, forks are fully installed, torque down to specification, upper lower tree, everything is good up front now. I have the handlebar installed. I installed the brake clamps, the brake reservoir, the kill switch, the throttle housing, that's all good over there. Clutch perch, left side switch, and brand new grips on both sides, so everything is looking good. I also went ahead and filled the gas tank up with some brand new gasoline, because obviously this bike has been sitting for a few months, so we want some fresh gas in there when we start it up. So now I'm gonna go ahead and throw on some brand new levers. Because like I pointed out before, brake lever is non-existent over here, so we can't really go for a test ride without that. So I'm gonna go ahead and grab brand new levers, toss it on this bike, throw on the wheel, and then hopefully maybe put it on the ground at that point and see how she's feeling. We have our clutch lever and brake levers over here. And we have this piece out. Now I'm gonna go ahead and install the brand new levers. Now with the clutch lever and the brake lever installed, this bike is looking good. I really like the front end. It's way better than the silver or the chrome one that was over here. This black levers really complete the front end. I was thinking of blacking out this headlamp bracket mount, but since the forks over there are also silver or chrome, there's no point, so I'm gonna leave it as is. But now it's time to go ahead and throw on some bar end mirrors. Now in this box are the rear mirrors I've picked up for this bike. It's very similar to the one we threw on the previous Triumph we worked on. Let's get this tossed on. Next part I've got is the radiator guard. Let's toss it on. Nice. Now that's fully secured. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and quickly install the front wheel. I'm gonna go ahead and remove the engine hoist now because we're done all the work up front, so that's really good. I'm gonna go ahead and pull the bike outside for a quick wash, and then we're gonna get back to work installing more parts on this motorcycle. Guys, as you can see, this bike cleaned up really good. Super happy about that. It looks really good. I'm gonna need to buff out that red paint just to really restore it to its original true form. But now I'm gonna hop up front. As you can see, I've not installed the headlight, and that's because I have something special going up in there. Now over here is the headlight that came off this bike. For a 2021 bike, I gotta tell you, it does not look good. Look at that. It looks very old school, and we're gonna change that. And in this package over here, I have the perfect piece to go up front there. And yeah, look at that beautiful thing. This is really going to transform the front end of this motorcycle, and I'm super excited to throw it on. But before I can install that, I need a bunch of parts from this original assembly, so I'm going to go ahead and get all of this off so I can toss the brand new replacement unit in here. So unfortunately, I have some issues. After separating the stock headlights, I tried to mount the brand new replacement headlight, but it looks like I will be needing a different bracket. This is a 7-inch headlight, same as that one, but that has a lip on the side. This lip over here, which this doesn't have, and as you can see, not secured at all. It just falls out. So that's unfortunate. I cannot install this headlight right now. I will pick up the parts that I need to get this installed and then get it done later. But in the meantime, we still have quite a bit of parts to throw on this bike. Now over on the side over here, like I mentioned, we're still missing that cover. I have a brand new replacement unit over here. Let's toss it on the bike. This is the left side. Look at that. Beautiful. That's secured. And the same thing over on the right side. That looks clean. Now, while I had the bike outside before I took it for a wash, I did take a quick test drive on it, and the brakes are no good. And judging by the color of the brake fluid, I'm guessing that's the reason. So I'm gonna need to bleed these brakes, get brand new brake fluid front and rear, and hopefully that should take care of that issue. Now over on the right side, the rider foot peg is obviously broken clean off. I have a replacement part for that. Let's toss it on. Okay. So easily secured. I'm gonna put the lower retaining circlip, and that's good. So now that I have the brackets installed, now I'm gonna adjust the footrest. So I've played around with this, and this is the desired position. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove this hardware and throw some Loctite on it, just so it doesn't come off. And now I'm gonna add some Loctite to this piece. Cut that piece out. Now let's install a fender. Of course I had to go with the gloss black. A nice mini fender goes up top here, clean. It's now time to polish this tank. Wow, I don't know if the camera is gonna do this justice, but this tank is almost like a brand new fresh paint job. Really cleaned it up by polishing it. I'm super happy. I'm super impressed with the result. It looks completely different. Wow, a quick polish, but now I'm gonna go ahead and throw some wax on it to protect this brand new finish. I'm gonna do that off camera. We still have a couple more parts to throw on. I'm gonna start working on the rear end of this motorcycle. I have a really tricky part that I feel like it's going to completely transform the look of this motorcycle, even better than it currently does right now. Wow, you can tell I haven't been in this area because that looks filthy. But obviously I'm going to take care of that. Right now, my goal is to take care of this piece over here. And to get that done, I have another package containing a part that's going to go on this motorcycle. I've done some light cleaning in the area. I'm happy with that for now. I'm gonna go ahead and install the new tail section. Okay, now it's looking really good. I'm gonna loosely secure with some hardware. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and install the seats just to test it. Seat is installed, and I gotta tell you, it really cleans up the rear end of this motorcycle. Nice and clean. Compared to this big old bulky thing, you can clearly see the difference. I'm gonna install the brake light, running light, turn signal, and the license plate light. Now I'm gonna go ahead and install the new integrated turn signal and brake lights. Now I have the integrated turn signal installed. It looks really clean. Obviously, it has no pigtail or no connector, so I'm gonna go ahead and splice in the connector from the original assembly we removed. And then I'll cut you guys back in and show you guys the final result. And just like that, as you can see, I've completely wired up this rear end and it looks excellent. Completely cleaned up the tail of this motorcycle and I could not be any happier about it. This tail light does have inbuilt turn signals, but I did not feel like using that, so I installed the sequential turn signals left and right. I will also be installing the same exact design on the front end so it all matches together. But look at that. Nice and sleek, a lot better than what it looked like before. without a doubt in my mind, this is the way better option to go with. Now with the Triumph looking really good, it's time to go ahead and take care of this stun signal and install a brand new replacement unit. Okay, it's separated. I'm gonna cut it here. Now we're gonna install the new light in here and secure all of this. Now I'm gonna go ahead and bleed the brakes, get some brand new fluid in here. Now I'm gonna add some new brake fluid. And I'm gonna go down to the caliper and start bleeding. I'm bleeding the brakes down there. I'm gonna go ahead and install the reservoir cap, close that all up, and do the same thing on the rear. So this bike has one caliper in the rear, one caliper in the front. I have two brake pads over here, two brand new brake pads to throw on the bike, and we're gonna get that going right away. So this bike has an underslung caliper, it's pretty cool. Two bolts to get the caliper assembly off. Brake pads are pretty worn, so we're gonna get that off. And you can see you're almost done for. So it's a good thing we're getting this done. The brand new ones have a lot of life in them. But before I install this, I'm gonna go ahead and clean all of this off because as you expect, it's not looking the greatest. So now I've completely serviced the caliper. The new brake pads are now in. I've also spread it out. Now I just need to throw it back in the mounting position and secure it in place. Now, in case you wonder what I'm doing, I'm gonna go ahead and remove the drain plug so I can drain the oil, remove the filter, and then get some new fluid in here. And I have to say, they don't make it easy. Okay, so the oil is draining. Doesn't look terribly bad, but since I do not know exactly when it was replaced, it's just a good preventive maintenance to go ahead and get it done. That's what I'm doing. Now we have some brand new oil to go in the bike. Now onto the front brakes. Again, as you can see, it definitely needs a service and the brake pads could definitely be replaced. But right now I have bigger problems because when I took this bike outside and I gave it a wash, I did take a test strip on it and we had a check engine light on. Right there, we still have the check engine light on. And that is not acceptable. It's a good thing TOPDON reached out to me. I have a pretty cool tool over here. I'm gonna unbox it and see if I can make it work. Over here is the kit I received from TOPDON. This is not sponsored. I'm just gonna literally try it out and let you guys know my thoughts on it. This is the actual module over here. They have connectors for BMW, miscellaneous one, and Kawasaki. Basically in the accessory box is just different connectors to be able to connect the dongle to different ranges of motorcycles. So we have the Kawasaki, we have the BMW, and then we have what I'm guessing is a universal one for a bunch of other motorcycles. So this is really good. I will have a link in the description if you want to pick one of these up. It's not a review video. I'm just showing you what I'm using to work on the Triumph at the moment. Maybe later in the future, I'll let you guys know my thoughts on this. Since apparently this works for most bikes, I'm gonna try it on the Triumph and see if I can figure out anything about that check engine light. So with Triumphs, you don't actually need a dongle. It plugs directly to OBD2 connector underneath the seat. I really like that. So I'm gonna go ahead and connect the dongle, hook it up and see what I can find. So it should be pretty straightforward. I'm gonna open up and get this dongle out. And that's it right there. And then simply connect it in here, like so. It's connected, red light is on. And after I've connected it to my device, the blue light comes on. They actually make it pretty easy. On the box, you have the QR code to scan to get the app on your device. And with the app opened up now, I simply go into Diagnostics. I've also gone ahead and download the Triumph module. and then scan it, and we're gonna see what we find. So hopefully nothing crazy bad, but so ABS faults, let's see what comes up. So it looks like all of this might have been caused by the accident or the damage to this bike. So I'm gonna go ahead and clear all the TCs, give the bike a whirl, and we should see hopefully everything disappeared. Doing a brake service like this just takes lots of patience, because as you can see, this one is very bad. It's possibly due to the forks leaking and some fork fluid getting in here, but you just need to keep going at it, and eventually you're gonna get it looking brand new. You can clearly see the difference. New one, old one, pretty worn, almost at that wear indicator over here. So it's a good thing we're replacing these pads. The new brake pads are in, hardware goes in, and then we can torque it down all to spec. Guys, that's a wrap for this build. As you can see, the bike turned out really good, rides good, sounds good. Even though it's just a stock exhaust, I really like it. Nothing crazy, but I'm super happy with the way the bike turned out. Like I said, rides really good, and that's all that matters. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoy videos like this, you know what to do. Check out the merch, support the businesses that do support us, like I said in the previous video, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.